Welcome to Keyframers, the animated collaborative coding live stream where we bring imaginative user interfaces to life. I'm your host, Stephen Shaw, but you may know me as @Shashaw.
And I'm your host, David Khourshid, also known as @DavidKPNO.
Together we are coding compadres, animation amigos, Boolean buddies, and keyframe companions.
And today we're also going to be loaders. I guess that makes sense. We'll be creating an animation from scratch live, or actually we're going to be creating a few animations from scratch live today using HTML, CSS, and no JavaScript. You know what?
Hopefully
no JavaScript today.
Yeah. I would like to commit to that.
You know, I'm putting my foot down right now. Zero JavaScript.
I'm good with that decision. This show is made possible by your support. You can pledge at patreon.com/keyframers or subscribe at twitch.tv/keyframers. Links are available below, and you may even earn a special shout out during the stream.
Yeah, and feel free to ask questions because we will answer them. So reach out in the Twitch chat or the YouTube comments because we are waiting for your questions. Yes. I don't know why.
Well, tonight is a little bit different. So instead of just one animation, we'll be doing several. And not only are we doing several animations, you are going to help choose those animations.
I'm going to?
Well, kind of. You will have a vote as well, David, but
how about everyone else?
The viewers will be able to have some votes.
All right, good.
Yeah, so in theory, I've got a polling system set up that we can use to help decide on some. But before we start, I wanted to show a loader I came across today, actually just a few minutes ago, by Steve G from Animation Network Slack and a few other places. Posted the link in the chat just now. And I'll go to that on the screen here. It's a beautiful little CSS-only Impatient loader. Tappy loader is actually the title there. I thought that was super cool.
That's equal parts cool and creepy.
Yeah. There's a little bit of uncanny valley happening there, where it's not quite emoji, not quite realistic. But yeah, I thought that was pretty fun for the.
Also, those class names, you have to appreciate those.
that is super great. We've got finger, palm, and thumb.
Palm.
Yes.
Okay. Love it.
Right. So let me see. I'm gonna get this poll set up here, and we'll see what's happening. I'll get the animations up here that we'll be choosing between. So we've got two to start with: Like a Loader and Evitare loader. And you guys are going to be choosing between them. Let me get this poll started. Hey, look at that. Got a nice little overlay, and you all will be able to vote in the chat by just pressing 1 and sending, or 2 and sending, and that'll.
Let me try this out.
Let's see, we got 1 vote already. Yes. Ooh, and Steve G has joined us as well. Yes. Okay. Leaning one way right now. That's good.
Let's
see.
You know, I'm wondering where everyone is from around the world too. So you want to just put in the comments where you're from, especially with time zone. Yeah. Trying this a little late tonight.
Yeah.
Well, in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, time zones are so tricky. That's been the biggest thing we've been trying to figure out here. Yeah, I assume most everybody with us right now is in the US or equivalent time zones, simply because of what time it is right now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's just do number 2.
All right, I think we can go with that. Let me close out this poll here, and we'll go ahead and go with number 2. Let me get that opened up so we can use our favorite GIF scrubber on it. Let's see. Oh, where did it go? Okay. All right. So this is Evitare Loader by Vitaly Silkin. All right. Yeah, 5 boxes. We've got 4 of them bouncing, 1 of them sliding. Okay. Move into GIF scrubber here. Let's see. Yeah, we've got a nice little bit of squish happening. And a little bounce effect. So what do you say we get started on this one?
Yeah, looks like a couple keyframe animations and shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it looks like a complex loader, but once you break down each animation, you realize that 4 of them are just staggering of a single animation, the bouncy animation, and then the last one's just a sliding animation.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, should be simple enough. Okay, so you've already got a little bit of setup happening here.
Yeah, so here, let's I'm thinking like with like all right, let's make this a little bigger. That's too small.
Oh, no. David, you leave the M's there, and then you set the size with font size up here. Font size,
okay.
10, viewport width. Oh, and then we do 5M or 6M, something like that.
Yeah, they're a little off.
Yeah, why is that?
Let's see, 1M. Interesting. Oh, no. I think it's because they're using M's, maybe.
That should.
What if I do?
Oh, jeez.
Look at that. Look how beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like using.
Hold on.
Okay. See, it's a little off.
Yeah.
So, well, what if we made this like?
Whoa.
Interestingly enough, with pixels, then that works. All right, well, we'll just leave it at that. And
I think it's also with, we need to do align items center. That's probably part of it. Nope.
Yeah.
So strange. Okay, well, we'll leave off the width there because I assume we won't need it. All right, keyframes slide. Go ahead and keyframes jump.
All right, well, that works. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's see how quickly we could do these two.
Yes.
So let's see, the box, the first child, we're going to have the first child have its own sliding animation. I'm going to prefix each of these with the name. So, I'm going to call it Evitare slide. Evitare?
Sure.
Yeah. And so we're going to have this. What's the duration of this one?
Good question. I would assume it's about
2 seconds.
Probably about 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yes.
All right. So
in the chat we have We Care Sco pointing out the moving box changes color as well, and yeah, we'll try to match that as well. Gonna focus on the movement right now. Got it.
We'll get there
back and forth.
So yeah, as you can see right now, it's moving here. Let's see, I'm trying to look for. Do you have a link to the animation real quick?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll include that in the chat as well. Let me
Yeah.
get that.
Oh, now they're all moving.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Here's the link to the animation. Got Evitare loader. All right. Evitare jump.
Oops.
Yeah.
Jump. All right. Yeah.
Something like that.
So now the jumping one, here's what I'm thinking. For these, so in order to target them, let's do first child squiggly and then dot box. So that just basically means every single box after the first child. Actually,
I mean, I've got it up here where.
Yeah, but then we're gonna have to undo a bunch of stuff, and that's. And here's why. I'll show you why. Because over here, when we're doing, we're going to be doing a transform origin, and that's so it rotates like the correct way. And so, oh man, trying to remember what's the transform origin for, like off to the right? Is it like
it'd be 100% 0 or 0 100%? Is
it like that or something like that?
Whoa, what is center for there?
Because it's going to, basically I'm imagining the origin, the transform origin to be off to the right, and that way it's going to spin around that transform origin, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do from transform rotate -9 degrees, I believe. Whoa.
And then rotate -180 degrees. Let's see.
There's a -180.
Whoa. Okay, we've got to do our rotate after here. Oh, you've got 180 degrees. Let me see.
All right, is my transform origin right?
I think so.
Because, all right, it's basically not going to transform at all, right? Yeah, there's going to be 0 transforms. Or, sorry, 0 translates. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because we're relying completely on that rotation.
And so the final will be 360. This should be 180.
Yeah. However, now I'm thinking that my...
Yeah, the transform origin's definitely off there.
All right, time to look up the docs.
Okay.
I always forget, like, it's so easy to do like top center or center center or something like that. Did you figure it out? Because I'm still
kind of. Yeah, I got a negative M happening there, or a negative transform happening there.
Well, it's rotating the wrong way. Yeah, it's a little closer. All right, so, but does this -1/2 M mean it's to the right?
That's actually vertically, I believe.
Okay, yeah, we want a horizontal. So let's see if we switch these. Center. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Very nice.
Now we're getting some. Oh,
okay.
Well,
so 180 degree is actually our end state. We want 90 degree as the middle. Yep. And then.
Wait, what? All right. So think.
See.
Thinking about this. Oh, you're actually hold on. What if we do rotate 0? And I'll show you why. See? All right, let's get this one in.
I'll just move that to 0% here. 0%, something like that.
Cool, that's pretty close.
Yep.
Let's go back to the animation.
Yeah, so we're going to have to do a little bit of squash as well. And we might...
So for the squash, I'm thinking like, yeah, have this be like a 90% or like even maybe an 80% or something like that, and then just do a little squash once it hits the very bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
So you see what I did?
Yeah. Well, because we're going to need to transform the squash as well. So. Oh, I see. Well,
to get them to line up in the final state. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I just had a thought. This might make things easier. If the transform origin were at the bottom, or did I do that right?
Well, you gotta change it down there as well if you do it that way. Oh no, it needs to be center. Center for that.
Oh, just kidding. Center. Yeah. Okay.
Potentially even do a much bigger transform origin at the start, and then oops, I'm gonna change back to center here, and then we get a nice settling into place. Something like that. Okay, and then
yeah,
90% and then 90%. We'll do.
Oh, and this is where you change the transform origin.
Yes. Okay, here we'll do like -160, and then scale 0.5, scale Y.
Yeah, it's going to be a Y.
I think we have to keep the transform origin at the end.
Yeah.
To keep that stable.
Y, and then that's going to... That's doing an interesting little thing.
Yeah, let's...
Thinking about why it's doing that.
Well, because up here we have 160, this should be 170, something like that.
Wait, why?
Because
all right, here's a little bit of physics.
Yeah.
It's not going to squish until it's done rotating. So we're going to have it go all the way to 180, right? And then it's going to squish.
Yeah, and so here we can
But right now it's just like linking all awkward at us. Just a little weird.
Oh yeah, because that's still gonna. Okay, so we need to leave that center, but we need to translate Y 50% as that happens.
Well, what I'm wondering is why it's not squishing like at the very end, right?
Probably do it a little faster here. Yeah, why is that happening twice? Is it... Oh, it's because of the way we're alternating. We might need to make a double length animation.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so this would actually be 40%, 45%, and 50%. And then and then let's double the length here. Yeah, good job.
Oh, so I'm just multiplying by 2 over there. And then, yeah.
%. And then, so again here.
And then, so this is not going to be alternate, right? It's just going to be
correct.
Cool.
So yeah, 90%. Actually, all the way to 100%.
Oh, I see. We're going the wrong way. All right, so it starts off at 0. Transform origin is going to be at the right. And so now we want to rotate 180 degrees. Oops.
All right.
But basically, we need to change the, yeah, we need to. All right, so, all right, it's going to start off at
I think
negative
180
degrees.
Yeah, I think our original rotation was fine.
Well, the squish happening at the wrong side sort of shows it, you know, that's not the correct place. And we rotate 180 degrees. Whoa, I think we're, you know what? I think we created like 10 new loaders in the in the span of all of this.
Okay. We need to start. It needs to start at 0 degrees because they're all lined up at the right place, and then it needs to go over negative 180.
Here.
So the first few here should be.
I got an idea. Let's go into the whiteboard real quick. I don't think we've done this before.
I'm not sure.
No.
That was Alexa.
Let me get that open. Oh. All right. So here we are.
Yeah. All right. So here's our whiteboard. Here's one of our squares. And so basically the
hold on, I'm not seeing anything from you if you are drawing. Very weird.
Here, share a board with me. We could go from there.
Maybe we can't share unless we're members. That's cool.
We can't?
Oh, hold on. Okay. Mind. Ignore that link I just showed. And here you go, David. See if that does anything for you.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Can you see any squares?
Yeah, I see a square. Oops. All right, so let's draw a square right over here. Basically, our transform origin is normally right over here, but we need it to be...
I'm not actually seeing you do anything here.
Oh, you can't see me?
I can't see that you've drawn anything.
No, I definitely drew something.
Let me see. Let me zoom in. Am I too far out?
You see that I'm in the collab?
I'm sorry, what?
You see that I'm in the whiteboard?
I see you in here, yes, but I can't actually see what you're drawing. I don't know.
You see that?
Draw something really okay. I see you now.
Yeah, so I drew something
the
over
scaling
there.
of this is very troublesome.
All right.
Okay.
So do you see my square drawing to the left?
Yes, I can see your squares now.
All right.
Good gravy.
Awesome.
That's weird.
All right. So basically, we want our transform origin to be right over here. And the reason is so that we could rotate all the way to here. So you see happens, rotation happens just over there.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be, 0. This one's going to be, I don't know, say 50%. It's really hard to draw with the cursor pointer.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're rotating the square from there to there, and
it's happening reverse from how you've drawn it, with the way that the squares are moving initially.
So we need to fix that. Yeah. So basically at 0, this is this is rotate 0. This is like 0 transforms at all. This is just its resting points. And then so over here, we're rotating it half of a turn. Oh, that's a bad 2. Half. Oh my god, this is terrible. Is there a text thing? Oh, there's a text thing.
Hey.
Wow, look at that. All right, this is half of a turn, which is a CSS value. So yeah, so that's over there. Then at 51%, we want to change the transform origin, and we want to change it to be right at the bottom here. And that way, let's draw it over here, we could squish the box. So this is sort of like a this is sort of a 75. Oops. This is a 75% thing. Ooh, 75%. And then finally, it'll just come back up to 100%. If that makes sense.
Yes.
All right, so I think we have our game plan here. So 1/2 turn, 50%. At 51%, we really quickly change the transform origin. So this could even be 50.1%, but it just happens really, really quick. Yes. And then we squish, and then it comes right back up. So let's start fresh. All right. Evitare jump. Let's make sure that our animation is okay. So it's normal. It's infinite. We have the duration all set. All right. So let's set the keyframes. We have 0%, 50%, 0.1%, 75%, and this is going to be 100%. And this is transforms scale y like 0.8 and transform scale y 1. So right now we're only doing one direction. Like we'll have it go back. We'll figure out how that works. We might just like copy paste this and just change the values or something like that. All right. And so for here, let's go ahead and do the transform origin inside here. That way it's very clear. So over here, the transform origin. Oh man, how does transform origin work?
Let's see, 1M center, leave, would be to the right, yep. But yeah, we actually need to move back first. With a negative rotate, so we get that backwards jump there. And then
okay. Y offsets. So
actually, do we even need to do the transform origin? Couldn't we just translate with the rotate? And then rotate, translate back. Translate X. Get 1M. Translate X 1M. Something like that.
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that.
Do the same thing here, but just with 0. Move that. Move that. Let's comment out these other keyframes for right now. and do this as 50 and 100% so that we keep our end state. Yeah, how about that? In this way, we can.
Right, but we're going the wrong way though.
Why are we going?
It has to go to the right. That's what I'm thinking. So our 0% should be at the left.
No, the when it's starting out, the first one is sliding over to the right, so these need to be jumping to the left like they currently do. Remember, we have the double duration on these right now because of the squishing and the alternation. So 50% actually needs to be where it's starting to go back the other way. Yes. So let's do this. 45%. We'll do that, so it ends up there, and then 47%. We'll do translate x, scale y 0.8. Let's see how that looks. Oh.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, change this on you.
Yeah, that will leave like that.
Yeah, that doesn't look.
Scale y1. Okay.
So we still have.
We still have to keep the rotation, I guess. Translate x, 1m, scale y. Something like that. Yep, there we go.
All right, but we need that transform origin to be at the bottom.
Yeah, which we can potentially set up here. Let's see if that's gonna affect it. Center bottom. We'll see how that affects the jump itself. Okay, yeah, it messes with the jump.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Just because of the rotate. Yeah, so that's why we. Well, did that work? Let's see.
Yeah, at this point we can probably set transform origin center bottom.
No. Because the problem with that is it's going to smoothly animate the transform origin itself. And yeah.
Translate y 10%.
This is looking crazy, I will admit.
Okay. Hold on. Hang with me. Hang with me. Okay, it needs to be negative.
All right, you're gonna have to explain this.
Yeah, let me.
A lot of things are going on.
Yeah, let me do a little bit of problem solving before that happens.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I'll get to the colors.
That's. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. So, looking at this 47% keyframe, we've got our full turn that gets us moved back over, and then after that we have translate y 10%, negative 10%, because it's flipped over on the other side, and so we want to move it down a little bit. And then the scale y is what's doing the squish. So this would be 80% of the current height, so we want to move it down negative 10% so that it looks like it's doing that. Let's see, Brad Woods IO says, do you think an easy approach to this would be to use Lottie? Almost certainly.
Well, yeah, it depends, but I mean, don't really need to. Yeah. Okay.
So, okay.
So funny enough, like when you're using Lottie, or basically when you're doing this in After Effects, you're using the same techniques. You're going to be like rotating based on a center of origin, like a transform origin. And so it sort of works the same way as it does in CSS. So the difference is going to be, one of them is going to be in the code and the other one is not. Okay. And that's why I was going for the transform origin approach.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever works.
And we could potentially get rid of the rotation by just doing like a 46.1% and then just doing the translate X and removing all the rotation and backwards stuff. That would potentially make it easier, but it's going to be about the same either way. Whoop.
Yeah, so right now, the problem is it's not really rotating high enough, but then that throws everything off, sort of.
Yeah,
what happens here?
There we go. I mean, potentially with our translate, we can make it a translate X and Y to be like that. Let's see. Let's be the same direction, maybe. Probably not. Brad Woods also asks, fair enough, can I ask what's your opinion on the Web Animations API versus CSS Animation?
Oh, I love the Web Animations API. It's basically CSS Animations, but in JavaScript. So,
yeah,
I dig it.
Okay, what's broken here? Why are they not? Okay, there we go. Now they're jumping. So yeah, we also have to do some animation timing function fun. Let's see what that.
That's weird. I'm giving them an animation delay, but it's not really doing anything. What am I doing wrong? Oh, specificity.
See, that's why we just move this up here and boom.
Now that works.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely need to play with the animation timing functions, but I'll go ahead and set up the kind of reverse keyframes to get it going back the opposite way. If you'll start thinking about the easing, like how we can accomplish that in the keyframes.
Oh, like the squishing easing?
Well, like so the easing for it going over and then easing into the squish, yeah, without it looking like it's losing momentum.
So yeah, linear would be my go-to, and then coming from linear, like when it actually squishes, yeah, let's see, function linear, function timing, function. Sort of have this be sort of sine curve, so cubic SEA, that's going to be let's see, do this for now.
Let me speed up the duration a little bit.
Love how they're just rolling back. Like they're too lazy to jump.
Yeah, why are those boxes so lazy?
I don't know.
Brad Wood said, LOL, didn't recognize David. I recently did a pull request for XState documentation.
Hey, someone's using state machines. That's awesome. Hey, thanks, Brad. I appreciate it.
Doing that is what we need. Oh. That's weird. Okay. How do we get it going back the opposite way there?
Well, you gotta do your rotate magic.
Yeah.
And I am not touching that.
Well, the rotate magic isn't doing anything.
It's crazy. So yeah, that's sort of an advanced transform animation technique where basically you're doing a sequence of transforms in order to get like to a certain point. So like your translate X, you're moving it. So you can sort of visualize it as, for example, translate X, you're moving it, then you're rotating it. And so that rotation is from its original point.
Okay.
No, it's from where it is, and then it's actually no, I just confused myself.
So the issue was not having the same number of transform functions again like that. I run into that issue so occasionally that it's really hard to pinpoint.
So there's this way, and there is transform origin way.
Let's see. Yeah. So this could actually be. Let's see. Let's say this is 46, 50%, 46, 50%, 2%. Let's see what that does.
I think we might have an issue though.
The staggering.
The staggering, yeah. So we need to stagger in the opposite direction
way on the way back.
Yeah, and so that's not exactly going to work out, I would think.
Yeah.
Let me look at the animation again just to double check. Yeah.
Right.
Thinking. What if I give it a negative delay? It's just a Hail Mary.
It's possible.
Because looking at the original animation, it still seems, and I could be wrong, it seems that they're doing the same type of animation. One, two, three, four.
Yeah, our timing's definitely off. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Getting closer here.
So yeah, there needs to be a delay between like when it bounces and then when it goes back, when it rotates back.
Yeah, I tried doing that on line 55, where I've got 50% through 60%. Basically, it stopped, but we probably have to do up here.
But we also need a delay at the end, so this is going to be 86, 88, it's like 90%. Oops. Oh wait, just kidding.
It's about right. It's
I think this is more complicated than that.
Yeah. So what easing? Let's set linear easing on the first one too, just so we can really.
You want to shelve this one for now and maybe go into a simpler one? I feel like we're going to spend all night on this one.
We can.
Yeah.
I think we're at an okay spot on it. Let me share this link, and then somebody can fork it if they want and give us some advice.
Yeah.
On that. Oops.
This one, I think we overthought this one, or actually we underthought this one. We were like, this is going to be easy.
Well, I think wrapping, doing some wrapper divs and all that kind of stuff would have been the way to go with that.
Yeah.
But hey, we don't win on everyone. That's quite all right. Do you want to pick one out, David? And you can
sure.
The link?
I think this is the first one that we pretty much bailed on, or I'm bailing on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get a new collab link going for us. Send that to you now.
Oh, right. So let's do. Yeah, let me find a fun one. Or if anyone has a favorite loader, then feel free to shoot it to us. But yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Next one lined up here.
All right, I think I have one, just because I think it's really unique. So I'll go ahead and post it in the chat. Shaw doesn't know which one it is, but
I do not.
I just posted it, and I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm on board with this one.
So it's sort of a clock loader.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about what's going on here.
Hopefully easier.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just a few rotations happening. I dig it. Let's see. Getting it into.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that it's sort of springy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so basically, yeah, we could do this. This is, again, we have some rotation madness over here, but I feel like it's manageable.
Yeah. Let me get the
original
linked up here. Okay. Clock, hour.
All right, so minutes. 3 elements. We have the clock, the hour, and the minute. So I'll go ahead and set up the clock if you want to set up the minute hands and stuff.
You're going to do the dots?
Yeah, I'm going to do the dots. Okay. And so what I'm going to do for those, just so you know, because it's a little bit fun, I'm going to use before and after pseudo elements, but I'm going to be using box shadow. And that way I can have as many dots as I want, and so that's pretty cool. So it's a technique I've used before to simulate snow and fun stuff like that. So let's see, we're going to give this a height of 50 min, width of 50 min as well. And let's just show you the area that we're working on right over there. I don't know why you like your font sizes. It makes no sense to me.
It makes all the sense in the world, David. All the sense in the world.
They're not fonts. They are but wee little elements.
Yes, but with the beauty of M, you can size everything relative to that.
Well, I prefer rems in that case. I've had some nightmares with M's. I remember this one time I was working on a website for the College of Sciences at my university, and someone was complaining like, hey, the fonts are huge. And I'm like, why are they so huge? And it turns out we were using M's, and M's multiply against each other, and that causes all sorts of nightmares. And so from that point on, I stuck to M's, and I've never looked back until Shaw started using M's.
Well,
and then I looked back fondly.
let's see.
All right, this has these stats. Let me make them.
Is that centered? I'm having a hard time telling.
Yeah, it looks centered to me.
Okay, so let me see. We'll do our slightly darker. Actually, just opacity 8. Let's see if that's okay.
That was good.
Let's see. How many stops are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 25%, 50%. No. 75%, and then 100%. Is that right?
See my little dots?
I'm seeing them.
They're coming.
Did you break something, or did I?
Nope.
Oh, hey. It helps if you close your curly braces.
Yeah. Let's get these.
Ah.
God. Okay, this is why I hate M's, by the way. That's what happens. Never using M's again.
Da, 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 da. So let's see. With this animation, the minutes are just doing a full turn. Transform, rotate.
Okay, cool. We have dots.
Brad Woods asked, in a React context, have you seen a benefit in using styled components instead of Sass?
Yeah, I've been using styled components, and originally I was very against CSS and JS, especially like from the days of Radium and everything that just shoved things into the style attribute, just because it wasn't really an organized way, in my opinion. And a lot of people will say like that doing CSS and JS is more organized because it's all isolated to one component, but that's not necessarily how styling works. It's like when you do any sort of styling, even in real life, whether it's a painting or interior design or you're, I don't know, even making music or whatever, the fact is that when you're styling something, nothing is isolated. Everything is related to each other. And this is the same with CSS, where you have font sizes. You have like a set of font sizes that must be adhered to throughout your entire application. You also have a set of colors called a color palette, which must be used throughout your entire application so that your whole application feels like one cohesive unit, as if it were designed all by the same designer, of course. And so the same goes with white space and other things such as grid layout and stuff like that. So style, by its very nature, isn't exactly isolated, but instead, styles are related to each other. And of course, JavaScript people will say, oh, yeah, but you could just share variables and all of that stuff, but it's still not natural. And so that was the biggest problem that I had with CSS and JS for a while, is that it wasn't a natural way of thinking of cohesive styling and unified styling. Then styled components came along, and styled components was created by two developers, Glenn Mattern, who worked on CSS modules, and also Max Stoiber. You might know him from React Boilerplate, and he also does Spectrum.chat, which, by the way, now there's a CodePen community on Spectrum.chat. But these two developers, they understood that there's no CSS developers versus JavaScript developers, but instead there is, you have to sympathize with CSS, or quote unquote CSS developers, in that we think a certain way, especially about styling, and our goal is not to just throw styles, anywhere and just like, oh, the designer wanted 3 pixels to the left, so let's just put 3 pixels in there and hard code it. That's not how you should be thinking about styling. Everything is part of a system, And styled components understands that, and that's why styled components feels a lot like Sass. And that's why I like it so much, because it doesn't limit you to just, oh, you could only style one thing at a time, but rather it allows you to, have relationships between ancestor and descendant, parents and child, sibling selectors, all of that stuff that you would normally do in CSS, you could also do in styled components. And that's something that I really like about it, and something that other CSS and JavaScript tools have adopted as well, because they understood the value of these relationships. That was a really long answer, but you get it. Hope that answered your question.
Insert good burger gif of I understand some of these words. Lots of dots.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. I have to set the transform origin. Hold on, I have to do some math.
That's
Just
the
because
beauty of M's.
No, it's not. I will fight you to the death on that.
All right.
Center. Let's see if that does anything better. That did. No, it did something close. Yay!
Hey, there we go.
Okay, yeah, now we have our circly things. So I'm using current color, by the way, because it's sort of like a CSS variable before we had CSS variables. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's clear up this after thing. Screw it. Just do this. Or white. And after is going to be opacity. And 5. All right. I'm going to dive into your keyframes because I'm curious about something.
Yeah. So yeah, just walking through that real quick. Just doing a full 1 turn for minute move that's happening at 1/4 the duration of the entire animation, and then the hour move is happening every 4th of the animation.
So mind if I tweak something, and I'll show you why. So the thing with the minute hand is it stops very, very suddenly at the 100% mark. And that's natural. That's because of the cubic Bezier that we're using right over here, where it overshoots, but by the nature of overshooting, it's not going to arrive smoothly to the stop. So an alternative, and I'll just copy this over in case it doesn't work. So I'll just call that move X. Is let's say we do the overshooting manually here.
Yeah.
So let's call that 1.1 turn, and then over here we do 1 turn. Now, if we use a timing function of, let's say, cubic Bezier, like just like a nice smooth 0.5 one where it like stops and starts smoothly, then I wonder if this will work over here too. That's one of the things I always forget is like when you do the animation timing function in keyframe, like where does it
yeah.
You have to see my
twinsies.
Oh man. Yeah, maybe make that here. Let's go crazy. Let's do 85 and then all right, so I'm trying to figure out why it's still hard stopping.
Well, because you'd need to do from 1.05 turn to 0.95 turn and then back, right?
Well, the thing is I wanted
or doing your overshoot here. Maybe.
Hold on. My brain is trying to work. So let's say we do no overshooting here. Watch. It's gonna work. Oh wow, that does exactly what I don't want.
I changed something too.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is probably going to do nothing because if I remember correctly, the animation timing function applies to whatever happens from this point on.
Right.
And so over here,
so I think we have to move that to 0%.
Let's do 0, 0, like 0.1. No, sorry, like 0.3, 0, 0.1. Basically, I want it to be very, very slowly going to
back to the original state. Or back to the stop.
Yeah, but it keeps hold on. Let's do this. Okay. Behold. Oh, well, that's smoother. We just need to tweak the timing a little bit. And still give it that little pause. I don't know how we're going to do that little pause. 98%, 100%. Oh, okay, here. I'm going to go down here. And also,
we probably need to animation timing.
Oh, hey, it's working. You see what happened?
Oh, yeah.
I had the 5%, and so let's make this like a very small overshoot because
yeah, it's surprising how much that does. That might be because of my animation timing function up here, though, causing it to do that overshoot.
So we could change this to just 100%. Yeah. It still doesn't feel natural to me.
Yeah. Well, clocks aren't natural, David.
How do clocks even work? I mean,
nobody knows. Brad Woods asks, great answer. I've seen some of your talks about using RxJS to help create animations. Have you come across any issues using RxJS with React? They seem to be very different ways of doing, state or reverse values over time, etc.
Well, on keyframers, we actually used RxJS to do a couple animations, especially the speed one, whichever that was called. Maniacal mouse, or I forget what we call that one.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. But yeah, in fact, I think that RxJS actually solves a lot more problems than it creates when using it with React. Just because it actually makes React reactive. Which is good. All right, well, let's call this one done.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty close equivalent.
And we could spend like a lot of time tweaking the animation timing function. I don't know about you, I'm sure you do this, but whenever I create a CodePen animation, I spend a lot of time just tweaking the cubic Beziers and getting it exactly right.
Yeah, the timing functions are really the key to all of these animations.
Yeah. It's less of a science and more of an art. You just have to play with it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's do the next one.
Yeah.
It's fun. Let's see how many of these we do.
Oh, I've got one. I've got one for us. Right. Mind if I pick this one out?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, no, I don't mind.
All right.
I mean, no, you better not.
Let me send that over in the chat.
All right, which one is it? Simple.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
No, we don't do simple. Okay, so this is going to be like the first one, except a lot less complicated, and that's because we could use some very simple transform origins. Let's do it.
Right. Yeah, we should be able to keep the transform origin locked in on this to make it super simple. So yeah, simple loading dash boxes by Burhan Waja, I assume. Level 9000 in the chat. Yes. Okay, so let me start up another collab. Sorry. Doing it live.
Let's see how quickly we can do this.
Yeah, I think.
I'm excited. My fingers are twitching.
Okay. Coming over to you.
Well, what's going to be the start point for this?
Whatever.
Let's establish that now.
Whatever we want.
All right. The start point, to make it easy, both of them are going to be at the right, which makes sense.
Okay, got our collab mode here. Here's 1.8.2.
And actually, for this one, I'm not a fan of the easings on this one, so I feel like we could have a little bit of creative freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you got the collab link there?
I do.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
Awesome.
Okay. Oops. Oh, you're right. You need to the background color. Oh my god. Boom.
The wonders of collaborative coding.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then.
Oh, goodness. Sorry, I'm messing up the stream here. Okay. Cool. So, and you're gonna do your reset there?
Yeah, we actually don't need to. Because it goes.
Up. Wait, what'd you do? Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, but so for both of these, well, actually no. Wow, what did
for
I
these,
do?
wait, let's just position absolute, top
Flex direction,
50%, left 50%, and there we go.
Wait, what? You're...
Yeah, just for centering them, because they're actually following the same path. They're doing the same thing. It's just an animation delay that's gonna make them appear to be
right.
to be offset from each other. So let's go ahead and set transform origin to top right. Correct. Okay, and then set a duration up here. Let's say 4 seconds. What do you want to call this animation here? The actual keyframes. Animation. Box flip.
Yeah, it sort of flips.
Duration. Let's just do linear right now. Infinite. And nth child 2. Animation delay -2 seconds.
All right, so looking at what's going on here.
Duration times -2.
Basically, they move a quarter. No, at first they rotate only. Well, here, let's set some frames. Sorry. It's going to be 0, 50%, and 100%. I'm guessing. Okay. Let me look at the animation again.
So let's, 50%. Actually, it'd probably be 33, 66, and then 100, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Really?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. There's one moment where it's not moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm counting that 5 as the big arc from the left over to the top right. So if you're looking at the animation, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think I follow
5,
you.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's 6. 6. 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. All right, we're doing 6. So 6 would be
20%. No.
I think that works. Oh, no idea.
Yeah, T Cini in the chat. Yeah, the easing we'll definitely play with. It just got some linear on there right now to get the movement going. But yeah, it's definitely going to need to snap into place and snap back around and do all that. David with his fancy sass tricks.
It works.
Okay. Remove those other ones. Anyone in the chat got some loaders they like? Any ones you wanna share? Be happy to take a look.
All right, so let's do a little choreography here. On the first turn, it turns what, 9 degrees?
Half a turn. Yeah. Half a turn gets it to the top right.
Wait, top right. So where's it starting?
So it's starting bottom left. So let's do.
Oh, okay. So you're starting it from bottom left.
Right, and then it's rotating up and around. Let's see.
Okay. So yeah, the first 6 it does nothing, which is correct. You got that. The second 6 it goes up to 0.5 turn. The third 6 it does nothing. So we're going to keep this the same. The fourth 6 it does a 7.5 turn, right? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Is that 0.75 turn or 1, 2?
Is this because we don't have a 6 out of 6 turn?
100% turn?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, that's
3,
it.
4.
Okay. Yeah, so thanks for sharing those loaders, guys. Got some really cool ones. The solar eclipse. Ooh, yeah, I like that end transition of it. That's super cool. And then let's see, what was the other one? Animated Atom. Brad Woods shared.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
Super cool.
1. Yes, nailed it.
Oh no. Let's get back.
All right. So we have our turns correctly here.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to sound weird, but if you're interested in animation and like getting into all of these timings, I really suggest that you either learn an instrument, if you play one, or take dance classes, because it's going to really teach you how to really choreograph things, especially complex animations like this. A lot of it is intuitive if you have a sense of rhythm and timing and choreography as well. And so a lot of music is like that, a lot of dance is like that. And we're basically making these squares dance. So all we have to do is add an animation delay to the other square, and we should be fine.
What's the SAS magic to basically
divide in half?
Yeah.
We could just divide by 2.
By 2. Yeah, but it actually needs to be -2. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Next one.
High five. Okay, let's see. You wanna pick out one really quick?
Did we get some? Let's see.
Yeah, you can see the ones in the chat. I don't know that either of those are feasible to do right now. The solar eclipse, that initial portion of it is super easy. The loop back around, we'd probably need some SVG and stuff.
Oh, so you know what? Someone actually did the solar eclipse, or at least I think someone did.
Really?
But yeah, let's.
All right, here's the second animation for you guys to see. Coming in, and I'll get that. Oh, sorry everyone. Get out of collab mode here. And then, let's see, where's that other one? Okay, here's going to be the second one to show you guys.
Actually, has someone done this out of CSS before?
Here's the second one, the clock one we did. Oops, that's the collab link. Nobody changed anything. The GitHub just in case anything breaks there. Okay.
You know what? Let's do solar eclipse. Let's just, well, we're not going to do the center part where it does the
I mean, that's easy enough. I can do that if you want to do the other part.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Teamwork.
F it. Okay, let me get another code pin going here.
Yeah. So thank you, Carrasco, for your suggestion. We are going to do it.
That is a great submission. Okay, David, got a collab link coming at you. If anyone has any other loaders that they like, feel free to share those with us as well.
Yeah, we could even stare at the loaders while we're making these. You know, it's like our animation is loading.
0.3.
That is sun.
Okay. And the do
the moon. Actually, I could use a pseudo for that, so I'm just going to do that, let you do. All right, so the eclipse, is that the spinning thing?
Yeah, sorry, that'll be the outline when it's fully eclipsed. It does the outline and then animates around.
So for the actual, I guess it's a moon moving through. I'm going to use the pseudo element for that, if that's okay with you.
Fine by me. R equals 50. Right. Let's see. The eclipse. And
all right. Let's get this started. Let's look at this again.
Yeah,
it looks so simple, and hopefully it is.
Yeah, I think it'll be easy enough. Sam12354 asks, "It's only CSS?" That's right. We are just using CSS.
We don't know anything else. That's a lie. All right. So, oh my God, the sun is huge. Let's do. I could tweak that. Here we go. Okay, let's do our whole display flex. All right, now it's perfectly in the center. We are good to go.
All right. Yeah, and sorry about my Eclipse. I'll fix that.
That's fine. We'll figure it in.
Do that. Actual.
All right. So this is cool because it's mainly a color change. That's the main animation. I mean, the rest, it's just the tricky parts are going to be, well, pretty much what Shaw's doing. Because you'll see how we create the illusion of the sun getting, you know, eclipsed by the moon, or whatever. All right, so I'm going to start this
it's
cover your eyes because I'm starting this at white. And so it's I just use my color picker to pick the color white.
Okay. Come on, David. Come on.
Okay.
Let me open this up and give Scrubber. Got lots of nasty tabs tonight. Okay. Okay. We'll do here. I'm going to drop in some CSS temporarily.
Oh God.
Let's go lengthy. Oh, it's not.
All right, so I'm making a keyframe called night and day. And so what that's going to do is it's going to animate from white to black and then back to white. Because we're going to use alternate. Actually, no, I'm not. Let's make this, yeah, let's make this explicit. From to, yeah, so it goes from white to black. It stays on black for a while, and then it goes to white. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's make a duration. What should the duration of this be? Maybe 4 seconds? All right. Some JavaScript.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm just using it to get the path length, basically. You could do that without without this library, but this library I wrote actually populates a CSS var for the stroke dash length, basically, which is super handy.
But
hey, I'll comment it out because it's not strictly necessary.
Yeah, I love it when we use our own libraries for this. It's a lot of fun.
What did you call that? Dog fooding?
Dog fooding, yes. You used that term before, right?
I have never actually used that term.
So I first heard about it in one of my previous jobs, and I was confused as to what that meant. Because I'm like, dog fooding, where did you get dog fooding from? And so I just used it, I guess. But it basically means, like, when you test dog food, you as a human, I guess, dog food tester, you have to actually eat it. And apparently, I've never tried, well, actually, I have tried like a doggy treat before. They're not bad for you. I mean, it's food. But it tastes like a cookie, but without any sugar. Like really, really bland and really dry and crunchy. Yeah, that's my story.
I don't know that I have ever eaten dog food, but a friend of mine growing up certainly did.
You haven't lived. Hey, you probably haven't died yet.
No. Is it all right if I disable the flashing night and day for now? Oh. Hey, speaking of night and day, you just went all black.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So let's go. Dash set. There you are. Let's see what that looks like. Eclipse reveal. What is broken? Oh.
All right, so I'm using some Oh, that's cool. Going. I'm using some translate X stuff in order to move the moon. That's just pretty standard stuff. Yeah.
And I always forget how SVG transform works.
Oh God, it's a mess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Transform origin 50/50. Nope. Oh, good gravy. See, this is why GSAP is useful. Because...
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it would be really cool if we made a utility that did just that transform stuff.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about
dog food.
No, not dog food. Well, actually, sort of dog food, because I want to know how long the duration of your loader is, like the middle part, just so that we can time it exactly right. And I'll show you how we'll do that.
Yeah, let me look at the actual animation again.
Like, should we have it?
It's like 1 second.
All right, 1 second. 1 second is good. We could work with that.
Yeah,
makes it a very even number. And so I'm trying to think about how that's going to work. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually working out rather easily. 50%, 5%.
All right, so that means that the middle one needs an animation delay of 2.5 seconds. And is that animation being controlled? It's being controlled via CSS, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So load duration 1 second. And so I'm going to name this Eclipse delay. And that's going to be duration divided by 2 minus load duration divided by 2.
I mean, if it's an infinite animation, the delay is not actually going to help, right?
Right, okay, so then you just have to do it via keyframes, right?
Right.
Okay, so the keyframes I just did, that middle part is 30% and 60%. Like, that's the lull period. Okay. That's the period where 30%. Everyone's taking their glasses off and looking at the sky and crying because it's such a beautiful sight. 60, I've actually never seen 60%. A full eclipse in real life, have you?
No, I was not in a good area for that. Hey, there we go.
Except something happened with my. Let's see. Oh, oops! I forgot to. Right, so this animation needs to be added to. So I have night and day.
Mezzy Art 1 is now following. Thanks for following along, buddy.
Okay. And all right, let's see if it.
Yep.
Hey.
Just need to do a little easing on my part. Let's make that feel a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we could tweak this. Like, let's say I want a 10-second duration. If I change the number, then the timing should work out. Yes. Cool. And let's say that we want that a lot faster in the middle. So let's see what happens if we do that. Oh, well, that didn't. Oh, no, it sort of worked. Let's bring it back to 6 seconds, though. Nice and fast. I like this one.
Yeah, yeah, that turned out really nice. Thanks for sending that in. Let's see, that was, yeah, we Carrasco. Thanks for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
We have time for one more?
Good job. Yeah, I can stay on for one more. Let me publicize this one and get it out to you guys. Why don't you pick one out, because I am doing a few housekeeping things.
All right,
here.
sure. Unless someone beats me to it, I will pick out. Okay. Hang on.
Let's see.
That Shaw has set up a triple bucket where we have a whole bunch of really cool loader animations, and doing loader animations it's sort of like a fun little exercise, like a warm-up even.
That's right.
Let's see. What's a good one? You don't have too many here.
Okay, let's see. I've now added all of those into the keyframers CodePen collection that we have, so you can see those, and we'll fancify those just a little bit when after the stream, to include a link and everything to this video. But for now, that's where you can find them. The link's there in the chat right here. There we go. So you can check out the code on those or play those for yourself. All right, you got one for us, David?
I'm trying to think of one that might not take too long. I'm really eyeing like the last one by Gleb Kustanov, but we have some really fun things like particle animations, some glow, and also some motion trails in there.
Yeah.
And those are going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So maybe not those.
No. Yep. Let me see. There's that.
Any more loaders?
Nice one by VJ Verma. That's really cool. We could do that that one with the kind of 3D transforms in the overlay, or the mix blend mode.
Which one?
Towards the bottom, Mark Edwards Django. Let me get the link for you. I think we could do that one pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
You want it? All right. I think the amount of the HTML will need to be set up a little bit. Let me show this one in the stream while we get a little bit of setup done. Collab mode's coming at you. Just a moment. Okay, so yeah, this one's just called Loading Spinner by Mark Edwards or Django. This one's just super cool. I really would love to implement this one well. I think with, I think it's really just 2 keyframe animations. We've got the main container that'll spin and stop, and then the individual circles will expand out. Actually, we could probably just animate the perspective on that to increase the depth and decrease the depth?
So what I was thinking, just because the circles actually move at different rates or staggered, so we're just going to use like
are they staggered?
I'll show you. We're going to use 3 different no, not 3. Yes, 3. And we're going to do the box shadow technique again. It's going to take a little bit of work to set up the triangles, but I'll work on that. That's fine. But once we have the triangles set up, then yeah, it's just a simple keyframe animation, and we could stagger them. But as you could see, it's 1, 2, 3 divs, and each one of those divs are going to have 6 different little dots. So that's going to be fun. I'm good?
Yep.
All right, so let's triangles. All right, 3 different triangles. Let's set up some outlines. And so I all right, and of course the triangles. Yeah, the triangle position absolute 0, all of that. Well, the triangles are in the wrong place. I thought I had display.
Yeah, we gotta do.
Oh, sorry. Try. It's 50 min. Yeah. Then these are each going to be 100%. All right, cool. So they're in the center. There they go. Well, wait. I already have flex. So flex is going to center this container. But wait, okay, because I don't have the outline. All right, there we go. Right in the center. Perfect. So
yeah, strange that the triangles weren't.
Outline 1 pixel solid turquoise. Just because that's a fun color to spell.
It is.
All right, so I'll do the math. If you, what was I going to say? I'm trying to think about how the triangles are going to work mathematically, because you want an equilateral triangle. Okay. All right, so I'll work on the math. But for now, let's get started on, basically, we're going to have 2 pseudo elements, and each of these are going to represent the different size circles so that we could use, what are we going to use? So we could use box shadow, right? So position absolute. Yeah. Radius 50%. And so the before, we're going to give it a height of, let's say, like 20%, 20%. And after, it's going to get a height of like 10%. 10%. And so, oh, 0. Yeah, let's just see where we are.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so 10% is that? Yeah, okay, so that's right. So now all we have to do is arrange them in a triangular shape, which that's going to be fun. That's going to take some math on my parts. But
I might be able to get that. Well, okay, so.
Yeah, so
instead of box shadow, can we just use some elements, just populating?
Okay, yeah.
I think that'll save us some time.
Okay.
So yeah, within each triangle, just do three dots.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
This also, yeah, it saves. Okay.
Okay.
Times. Well, actually, we need 6 dots. So I'll go ahead and.
Let's see. Why do we need 6 dots?
Wait, why do we have 3 triangles? Hold on, let me go back to the.
Okay, so yeah, there's 2 triangles.
And each one of them has 3.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Let's do that. Mode.
So hey, what I'm thinking is that what if we centered all of the dots? Well, or actually, hold on, let me see how it works. Just kidding, no centering. We're basically doing a scale animation, right? Or a perspective or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so actually what we could do is use rotation plus translate to actually get them out.
Yeah, to get their position. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But they basically have to be in the center.
Yeah.
So top 50%, left 50%, width, height. So this is going to be calc 50% minus 5%. Calc percent minus 5%. And that's going to get it perfectly in the center, hopefully. Big dot, the calculation's a little different.
Yeah, I got that. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm gonna set a little bit of opacity so we can see. Yep, looks like they're centered.
Okay. Yep, you see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So then we could just set size over here to like 20% or something crazy like that. And we could get rid of that. And my God, CSS variables are the best.
Oh.
Did I do the math wrong? I didn't do the math
wrong. Size divided by 2. Yeah.
Okay. So did you see that, everyone?
Yes.
We use CSS variables to dramatically reduce the amount of CSS that we needed to write.
All right.
And that's really, really cool.
Rotate.
It's one of the hidden benefits of CSS variables.
X. Let's see that be. Let's say %.
I'm guessing you're going to want a sort of a loop for this.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh well, hold on. And child I.
And so this would be divided by 3.
So I know you come from, there we go. So I know you come from Less World.
Yeah, that's what.
How are you liking Sass so far?
It's extremely okay.
Okay, that I will take that. Extremely okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but I'm not opposed to it either. Yeah, it does what it does, and that's fine. Actually, with these, we could probably no. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. Keep going with what you're doing. Brad Woods asks, do you know if there's any performance difference when animating using CSS variables compared to changing a styled component's prop value?
Well, CSS variables are actually going to be more performant because of the way that React propagates changes. when you're doing it in JavaScript, then you're calling a whole bunch of JavaScript functions that all have to like figure out, okay, hey, something changed, so let's try. Oh, now I know why we have 3 triangles, because we have 3 different types of dots.
Oh, the different colors.
Yeah, but guess what? Because of CSS variables, this becomes extremely simple. I'm really excited. I made a bigger dot, and so I'm going to make this like 25% or something like that. See?
Yeah.
Wow, that was so easy.
Actually, for these, I don't even I don't even know that we need to do the size that way. We could more do like a Z on it, and for this we could do Z 1 pixels. For this we could do Z 2 pixels, and then we leave the size the same, and then what we'll have here is actually a translate Z.
Haha! But we have to tweak that
-1 pixels.
Yeah, so let's tweak this a tiny bit. I like powers of 2. I guess it's not really working. Oh my god!
Sorry. What did you adjust?
Z.
Oh.
I'll make that 4 pixels. Don't. There we go. Okay. Not exactly the size we want.
Yeah.
Well, size
yeah, the size itself we can adjust by doing that. Adjusting our size variable. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, that's close enough. And then
okay, cool. Now let's make it shrink. Right?
Yeah, I think we need to actually set some colors. So let's do background green. And let me see what the actual colors are here.
Yeah, I'll get the actual colors.
Okay. And I think it's just the mix blend mode that's going to make them pop a little bit.
So fun fact, these are primary colors, which is your standard red, yellow, blue. An easy way to remember that is by literally memorizing red, yellow, and blue. It's not that hard. But when you mix all of the primary colors together, guess what color you get?
Black.
No, white.
It's white.
So hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, then
blend mode. So is it not mix blend mode that we need to use here?
It might be. It should be. But there is a specific blend mode for. Yeah, so I think mixed blend mode is actually going to be on the parents. I'm not too sure about that, but yep, there we go. It's on the parent.
Let's see.
Or at least I'm pretty sure. So if you go ahead and undo what you did to move those outside.
I didn't move them at all.
What did we do? Oh, that's weird. Okay, so maybe it's not screen.
So something, like... something about the blend mode is not working.
Oh, this is fun. Oh.
Yeah, I took the blend mode off for a second. Let's do background blend mode screen, because screen is going to be what we want to make them actually blend together to make white.
Yeah, but that's.
But I don't know why. It might be a conflict with the 3D transform, but I don't know for certain.
You might be right. Actually, no. Because I thought it was supposed to work with transforms too.
I'm gonna start working on the spinning.
Okay. I'm going to figure out this blend mode thing.
Let's see. Okay, it goes from that. Okay. If anyone knows the answer to the correct blend mode for that, please.
Yeah, and where the blend modes should go.
Right.
This is one of those things that I always forget too, whether the mixed blend mode goes on the parents or goes on the child.
Yeah.
All right, so I know it's green. That's what we want in order to make them
Correct.
white. But where they go? Hold on, I have an example open. Or it's getting open really soon. Let's see. Aha! Okay, so there is this CSS property, which I'm sure, or I'm pretty sure that you've never used before because I've never used it before. Isolation. Have you used that before?
No. Is it anything like contains?
No. So isolation isolates, which is a really redundant property value pair. It basically says when you're doing mixed blend mode, do not take the background color into account, which is exactly what we want. And so when we do screen now with isolation mode, then did it work or is it? Come on. Okay, we have something. All right, so screen is going to make this here. And then if we do isolate, then come on, please.
They just seem to be disappearing.
How they're disappearing?
Well, they're just white right now.
Mixed blend mode screen isolate. Okay, hold on. So let's move this mixed blend mode screen over to the dots. And hopefully, well, why isn't it reloading? Oh, typing. Did they just disappear? Something?
I'm just seeing red right now.
Only red. Are you seeing red because you're angry that this isn't working? Or
yes.
Gotcha. So I'm wondering if this is actually a thing where it doesn't work with transform. Or,
the 3D transform.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what it is. What do you think?
It's possible. Let me see.
But if that were the case, then why do we have, at least red showing, right?
Yeah. We can always fake this with a color transition.
I don't know. Okay, what if we did the size thing instead? Like, just humor me.
Hey, leave our Z's in place.
Okay, fine.
At least just comment them out if you have to.
So let's do size, like 10. What's it like? Something like 10% or something like that. Okay, and size 20%. All right, now let's bring back the mixed blend mode's already there. But it's not really doing much of anything right now.
Right. So, and it might need to be background blend mode.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things when you're coloring it with the background and you're blending it with other backgrounds, but
doesn't seem to be.
Okay. Hey.
Here we have something.
Yeah.
You know what? It might be a Z
Okay.
index issue. So
Check it out. It's actually on the parent there, the triangle.
what do you mean?
Check it out. I put the mix blend mode screen on the parent, and that's what's getting the little bit of overlay that we have. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So the big one should be on top though.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bigger dot. So we need like a Z index of like 30.
Or
Actually, I
should
don't know why
it should be underneath, maybe?
Well, right now it's on top, which is not really having an effect.
Yeah. Because yellow is lighter. And actually that should be green instead of yellow. Because it's the way they overlay that makes them.
Oh, yeah. Did I get my primary colors wrong?
Yeah.
I'm very ashamed.
RGB when you're doing computer screens.
Wow, shame on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Shameful.
All right, I think there's some opacity going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's from. I don't think I left opacity on anything.
Oh my god. This is a very psychedelic loader.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's see. So we're not doing 3D transform anymore, right? Well, we can still emulate the separation with that. Well, I guess the issue is they're not.
Yeah. So what we could do is we could actually do a translate Z on the parent, so the triangle one, and so each one of those will go, a different size, of course.
Yeah, that might still cause the blend mode problems, but
yeah, find out. Actually, you're probably right.
Translate Z to pix just to see. I mean, they seem to be blending okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they look fine.
Let's do color dodge. Color dodge is a little bit closer. Okay. And so what we'd probably need to do here is, instead of changing the actual size, we just change the Z on the parent, or in our animation, animate them all to translate Z 0, and then separate them out.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, I see some correct blend mode going on.
Yeah, that's looking a little better. Whoa.
And then the other triangle, which I've named other triangle because naming things is hard.
Yes. I mean, you should probably just have a modifier class on that, because it'll be basically the same. Just a little bit offset.
Yeah, you're right. So.
All right, let's see. So instead of the actual size change, we need that. Okay, yep. So we've got white. And so what we want to do, let me take off triangle spin for right now, because I think we need to do depth. This would be transform, translate Z. R, and this be
Ah.
yeah, hold on.
Oh, my math sucks. 60 degrees. That's got to be the right answer. Yes. All right. Whether we succeed or fail on this one, it still looks pretty damn cool. So
yeah, we're getting some interesting effects.
Oh yeah. We're happy mistakes.
Happy little mistakes. Okay, and then other we can actually set, oops. Other, we can actually set the size here to 10% or so. Move our size up here. There we go.
All right, where's the animation being applied?
So right now the animation at the top is just triangle depth.
Oh, of the
so yeah, I'm just animating the perspective. The triangles themselves are not animated currently.
So what if we move this animation down to the triangle itself? Would that be bad?
Not specifically. Are you thinking animating the Z to 0?
Well, I just wanted to give like, well, let's see what happens if I do that. Oh,
it's not going to do anything because of the perspective. Let's do that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know that that's actually going to do anything because it's the triangle itself that's translate Z'd. So it needs to be the parent.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Go back to there. All right.
Okay. So these we can do our triangle spin animation. Then have those rotating around in theory.
You know, I don't know why they're not mixing to you know,
white.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's make the fill light green instead of green. So I'll just find that. Green. So lights.
Yeah.
Green. And then that should work.
Yeah,
that should work.
Closer.
There we go. There's some cool little rotation going on there.
Yeah, I don't know why the only one of them is rotating there. Let's see. The dots themselves don't have any animation. Let's see. Triangle spin. So
yeah, so some trivia, or not trivia, but if you want the 3 primary colors of CSS, it's red, light green, and blue. Not red, green, and blue, red, light green, and blue. And I'll probably ask that trivia question in a future episode. Maybe for prizes, probably not.
So weird. Why is... Oh, is it... think it's transform functions again. Yep. Ugh, good gravy. David, why is that?
What I do?
It's nothing you did. You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Yeah. The number of transform functions, if they don't match, about half the time it doesn't work.
Of course. That's another fun little trivia thing that I will put in my trivia list and ask it in a job interview. Like, I'm just going to give a job applicant a broken animation and tell them, fix it. Figure out what's wrong with it. And they never will because they don't know that piece of trivia. Or actually, it's not trivia. Trivia is more things that you don't need to know. I guess this is sort of something you need to know.
Potentially.
You change your colors?
I'm checking it with the comp and
okay.
And actually this one should be green, and then the bottom one is going to be blue.
It seems like they're rotating at different rates. Which is
so we actually need to have two different animations because one, the other is starting out at 60 degrees instead of 0 degrees. So it's
interesting. Okay.
It just needs a little bit different.
But can we just
yeah, look at that.
What if we just here, I got an idea. Because we're rotating at 60 degrees, what if we did 0 turn and instead gave it a animation delay, like a negative animation delay?
As long as our animation is going to be linear like this, then it's fine. But if we're doing any kind of easing and stopping and stuff, then it'll be
wow,
a little problematic.
Yeah, YOLO. It works.
That's pretty cool looking. Compared to the original here. Yeah, the beauty of the original is the easing, or one of the beauties of it, I guess. It's fair to say.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it's okay. We just do other triangle spin. And then
yeah, but so the problem with
60 degree
the animation's gonna be off.
Nah.
Like, hold on, there must be another way.
Other triangle spin. Check it out. Oops.
I bet you there's another way. You're gonna think I'm crazy.
I do. Just by default.
Okay. So
check that
good.
out.
Okay. Here's the other way, which is going to be. Oh wait, did you make it work?
Yeah, I've already got it working, buddy.
Wait. Oh wow.
And it's just another single keyframe.
Are you going to add the easings and stuff?
Well, yeah, we just do that up here. You know, we do something more than that, but
okay, that works.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I think we can set an ease up here. You do 0.50, 0.51. And let's just see how that feels.
I'm gonna be trying something.
I think it actually spins a little more, so I'm going to make it a 2-turn rotation. Ooh, that's actually... Whoa.
You see what I did?
I do see some changes there. Yeah, that's feeling quite nice. Let me get a better Bezier BB.
So can we make it not rotate as much?
Just a one turn.
Yeah, I think it's rotating like 20 times before.
It's just rotating one full turn, but I guess it looks like more because of the dot.
Okay, I
spacing.
actually like this. This is good. Oh, I made way too fast now.
Yeah, I increased the bezier to be a little snappier.
I like it. Now, one tiny, man, I'm going to keep making tiny changes, but what tiny change, maybe we could make the circle separation a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah, that's just lowering the perspective here.
Oh, so it's not as, well, maybe it's a C's as well. There we go.
Probably not that much.
That is really cool.
The perspective is so sensitive when it's at really low levels like that. So I mean, even just dropping from 15 pixels to 14 pixels gave quite a bit more separation. Oh man, yeah, I'm very happy with that one.
Yeah,
we could probably play with the bezier more if you wanted to, but
yeah, well, yeah, let's call it. It's a good one.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a super great one. I'll share that one in the chat really quick. And let's see.
I realized half my head was cut off because I was sitting so low. That's how you know it's late.
You just kept sinking lower and lower.
Yeah. That's how you know it's getting to my bedtime. Thank you to the 8 viewers right now who are still up with us. That's awesome. And we're glad to be up with you too, because this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, just shared the link in there and add into the Keyframers collection, so you can see that. And I'll link that collection again.
Yeah, so I think that was our last one.
Yeah, I think that's all for tonight. So what do you say we play a little theme music here? Ooh, yeah. You've been watching Keyframers, the animated collaborative coding live stream where we bring imaginative user interfaces to life. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more from David and I, there are many ways you can support us. So you can subscribe and participate in these live streams every Thursday at twitch.tv/keyframers. You can like and subscribe at youtube.com/keyframers, where we have all of our archives, so you can go back and view past episodes, and you'll be able to see this one soon as well there. You can tweet at us and spread the word at twitter.com/keyframers, just at keyframers on there. And you can also support us financially at patreon.com/keyframers. And
yep, we do accept submissions for future episodes, or we accept submissions during the episode like we did today. So tweet Keyframers with any animations you would like to see made, and you could also present questions or challenges, which some of you did today, which was awesome. And we'll try to answer them on air, and hopefully I won't give the longest answer as I did today, but we'll see.
Those were great answers and super helpful stuff. Well, that's all we have for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us for the very first lightning round, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yep. See you. Adios.
Hold on.